Spirit Halloween's Trixie Animatronic. This is an interesting one because it was released for a couple hours one night, and it said Spencer's on the video, not Spirit. I got it. It says Spirit all over the box, though. Anyway, this looks like a really creepy animatronic. I know people got mixed opinions on this to do with the audio that doesn't really line up with what the animatronic is. But anyway, it's a jump scare like Dagger Mike, and it has a trick-or-treat mask on that flicks up. And it has a white LED on it that shines down at the face, which is really cool. It speaks 4 lines and makes laughing noises. And of course, they keep putting this on here, new durable box. So there's some of the pictures. And this box is really tiny, but it's got some weight to it. Now we're gonna get into the unboxing. So we got one of the pull-out trays. I wonder which company made this. It looks like we got a good amount of stuff in here. Why is there 3 labels on here? LMNOP or LMNP. There's no O. We got the instructions, some clothes, a burlap bag. This looks like Betty Sharp all the way here. An arm. Hand with the knife. This looks like the Dagger Mike hand completely, just repainted. The power adapter. It's a 6-volt 2-amp, and it's got some cotter pins in here, or whatever pins these are. And stuff zip tied down, but I think we could see what this head looks like. So there's the face. I mean, I think it's pretty creepy now. It's hard plastic, so is this thing. And the LED's up in there that shines down. There's like blood all over its face. This foam's in the way. But we have a wire right here, and it's an interesting metal piece. It only goes across this side. This arm's already got foam on it with Velcro. And in the box, it's probably not the best way of doing that, but we have a spring in here, as well as like 3 leg pulls. I'm gonna cut the rest of these zip ties. So, looks like we have a string situation here. This looks just like Moonshine Barrel Zombie. I don't want it to get tangled. I don't know what I'm really doing here. But there is like a pulley wheel on the base. Now, I'm not done cutting zip ties quite yet. This prop is a complete mess. I have no idea what I'm doing. But we have this other piece right here that slides, which is very interesting. And it's greasy. My hands are coated. But we're gonna lay all the parts out now. Here is an overview of all the parts, starting with the head that has the torso kind of connected. There's the other arm, the sliding mechanism, the main mechanism pulley box that's connected to the base, and this other pole, the part bag, power adapter, hand with the knife, instructions, bag that has the hand connected, all of the clothing. This piece is an underlayer of clothing, 4 poles, and a spring. Starting with the build, we have the base that has those 2 mechanism pieces connected through the pulley, but we're going to start with the leg poles labeled B. There's 2 of them. And I am using the instructions for this, but I might still build it wrong. Hopefully, I get this right. If I do, I'm gonna show you guys what needs to be fixed. So after you get those 2 on, that's when you come up to this piece. And I have no idea what company built this. I mean, for them using a pulley system, that's just weird. That second snap lock, there we go. So let's look at this control box. I mean, it says IR sensor, step pad off. So this isn't like an SVI or Techie. I mean, it almost looks like CCL. And they do have a battery compartment, which how are you even gonna take that off? Because this pole's right there in the way. The next part is this sliding piece. You're gonna connect that right here. And snap lock it in like that. The next step is this sliding piece It's going to connect on the bottom, the snap lock, to that pole that's connected to the base that has the string attached. So you can see it has some tension and it's going to pull it down. Now we just need to figure out where the spring goes to connect it. So I think I figured out where the spring is. This is a really difficult prop. The instructions absolutely suck. You do not need them. So this hook right here is where the spring is going to go. And then you're going to connect it to that right there. So I'm going to push down and kind of show how the mechanism works. And this string is going to wind it up every single time. So I thought the spring connected here, and then it didn't make sense how it would go to the other side, and I couldn't flip it around. So that's how it works. Next step is on the base. Didn't even see this piece, but we have the one labeled E, snap locking in right here. And then on top of that, we have F. Now it has a fork hook connector up there. This whole prop is confusing looking right now, even to me, and I've built a lot of props before. Don't even know what just made that sound, but we're gonna keep building. For the clothing, there is a hole on the front that is gonna go over this piece that we just connected right there. So you want the whole mechanism pretty much covered up besides that. There we go, got it over. There is Velcro on here. I don't see any Velcro on this though. You must be connecting something else. Coming up close, there's actually these little holes, and they're gonna go over those rings. It holds this on a lot better. I don't know if that's supposed to be there or if that's a tear. There's one of the other holes, and there's 3 total, 1 on the back. Also connecting the gray wire real quick. And we have 1 more which goes to the head. Moving on to the head, you can push this down and it springs back up. I don't know how this is going to work with the mechanism, but we're going to snap lock this in. And then this red wire I'm going to connect right now. We have this under layer of fabric, which I'm not really a fan of, but it's got Velcro all the way down the back. Now we're gonna put this on. And that Velcro is gonna go on the back side. And bringing this arm through first. For the main part of the clothes now, there's Velcro down the back. It doesn't go all the way, but it goes partially. And then they have this plastic clear piece in there. Kind of holds the form of it. And there is an IR sensor in here that I need to get through that hole on the shirt. There it is. All white wires too. This prop is weird. We're gonna feed that in. And we'll connect that wire in a second as well. Now, since we got the other arm fed through and the IR sensor and everything on, we have the other arm that isn't connected. And I don't know if you're supposed to do this step now, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it. You're gonna snap lock this hand in. Plastic is pretty tough. There we go. Now feeding this up the clothing and fork hooking that into the top. That's what the connector looks like. I ended up fork hooking this in since there's that black underlayer. There's no way I was gonna be able to show that on camera, but very simple step, guys. Now we're gonna Velcro this down. And for the bag, this made no sense at first, but the instructions don't tell you this. There's a fork hook connector right here that goes on to this piece we built up. And then this hand's not connected to anything, but that Velcro tab right here just goes over like that. And then do more Velcro to cover that up. We're back at the control box to plug this wire in. This is for the IR sensor. And while we're down here, the power adapter. I'm gonna have mine on IR sensor mode. Volume, I'm gonna go all the way up this time, since this doesn't seem like it's gonna be too loud of a prop. And let's hope this animatronic works. We're gonna get onto the demo now.
Won't you give me a nice treat? No? Well then, how is this for a trick? Nobody gave me any candy, and now I'm really angry. My mommy and daddy told me not to go trick-or-treating tonight. They regretted that. Heard it was dangerous for kids to go trick-or-treating alone. But I'm not scared.
Overall, I think this animatronic is super creepy, and I think this really fits putting it out on Halloween night. I like that the mask has that light in there that makes the face glow, so you can see it when it's really dark out, as you saw in the dark demo I did there. It's pretty creepy how that bag hides the knife when the animatronic is in the down position, and the jump scare is pretty creepy. I feel like it definitely would scare some people on Halloween. The only thing I do not like about this prop is that it's a pulley mechanism, which those tend to break really fast, the rope snaps, and that the build is super difficult. The instructions make no sense. Everything about the build is just terrible. But once you get it together, this prop looks super, super cool. For $200, guys, let me know if you're gonna be picking it up this year. I think it's in store. I don't know for sure though. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video.